people say that the Sasquatch to them is just a mythological creature. Nothing to do, it's not a real creature of flesh and blood. If the creature is a mythological creature, the mythology has to come from someplace. It doesn't just pop out of a Kellogg cornflakes box.
My work with the Sasquatch has been something of a problem in the academic world. I'm quite sure I've had a lot of difficulty getting promotions and pay raises because of this. The way I like to describe it is my university supports my Sasquatch research. They don't fire me.
I've probably got names of more than 1,000 people who say they've seen it. I've got stories involving several thousand people because there are often more than one witness. Of course, there is a group that say, well, it's superhuman activity, it's from outer space or it's from another dimension or something like this, but I don't find anything attractive in explaining a mystery by bringing in another mystery.
The Bigfoot phenomenon in the Pacific Northwest, there's nothing like it anywhere. There's nothing like its reality. And with the evidence that there is, circumstantial though it is, it does come close to a reality. At least for me, it's one of the reasons I've stayed with it all these years.
As I walked across the sandbar, I was able to get some fairly good footage of it. It turned a couple of times and looked at us, and as it turned, it seemed to give me the impression that it didn't want anything to do with us. It didn't run, it didn't act scared, but yet it acted leery of us.
Its appearance was just a large humanoid creature walking like a human being. When we came upon the creature, it was standing still by the creek. It immediately turned around and started to walk away. There is no way that this could ever be falsified or any man could be in a suit because of the movement of the muscle underneath the hair.
Found the track quite a ways back in the creek. I mean, I had to go through brush and everything else to get there. And here I find a little bend in the creek like this, and water's here and water's over here. And what he's done, he stepped on this little peninsula out in here, sand peninsula, and there's one single track there, very old, there's pine needles and everything in it, but very clearly a Bigfoot track. And that pretty much convinced me that, hey, maybe there is something going on here.
I'd never seen anything like it. I couldn't imagine what on earth was making it. And after I tracked it several times in the next few weeks, I came to believe that it had to be, absolutely had to be, some live animal. The fluctuation in the track, in the movement in the foot, and the places this would go that no mechanical thing could have gone.
The tracks would eventually lead Titmus to a remote canyon in the Rockies of northern British Columbia on a summer day in 1963. Years later, the memory of what he claims he saw there remains as vivid as when it happened.
I was going up an old glacier bed, and there was reports of Indians having shot one up there many years before. And looking across the canyon, a huge canyon in front of me, I noticed three things going up the opposite wall. It was three Sasquatch, and they were climbing just hand over hand like this, and then they bring up a foot and feel around for a toe hold and that sort of thing. And I watched them a little over 20 minutes before they got over the top. That was a sight to see.